Yo, yo, yo. You know who it is. You know what it is. It's the who? The Iggitty Biggitty Bossy Boss-0-Leeny. Cook with gasoline, y'all. What's up with it, my guy? What's up with it? And we have none other than Dream Work Dan Nzinga. He says, teamwork makes the dream work. Oh, man.
That's right. Teamwork makes the dream work.
How you been, man? Long
Good.
time
Thanks for having me back. It's been a while since I've been on the show. Thanks for letting me, come back and give an update. And I don't know if people remember. The good thing is recorded. I wish I did have the chance to invite more people, but I guess I could send them the link later just to get people to. I think what I want to do. It's been like 4 or 5 years that I've not only known you, but I also been doing this team relationship thing. I don't really call it polygamy as much, even though it kind of is, because it's different. We would think polygamy. Team relationship is a little bit different than it is polygamy, but it's a different type, I would say. So, okay. so when I say team relationship, is
Dream Work Dan. Elaborate. You with 3 wives. The last I checked, we're gonna do an update. With 3 wives is polygamy. And right. How do you describe it? What is your type of polygamy? 3-wife Dan. What's up?
Okay, so when people think polygamy, a lot of times they think stuff like Saudi Arabia or some things in Africa and stuff like that, where it's like one guy and he has 3 different wives, but they all live in different homes, and it's like this guy, he has different relationships. Okay, the team relationship is one relationship with everybody in the relationship. It's a team. We all live together. So people say, no, that's not polygamy, because in certain countries have rules where they have to get a house, they have to get everything, and that doesn't make any sense to me. I wouldn't want the relationship where I have to manage 3 different relationships. Like it's a one-on-one. Like basically, you're still married the same way. It's just the 3 times 3
times
so
3. Oh,
yeah,
man.
the team relationship
Times
is different.
crazy. Shout out to 3 times crazy. But anyway, keep going.
Right. You know, so this is different in my opinion. When people are like, man, you already got divorced. Why would you get another? You know, why would you get married to 3 wives? Because they think it's 3. It's the same thing. It's different. This is, it gets your load is less. It's harder to be with 1 wife than 3 because the other 2 help you with that 1. All the headaches you're gonna get, they help manage it. So
hold on. You cooking, but Big Boss breaks. You said Dream Work Dan said it's harder to be with 1 wife. It's easier to be with 3. Oh man.
Yeah, if people don't realize that, it definitely is because it's basically the way I'm doing with the team relationship. Now, if you're having them separately and each of them have their separate relationship with you, then I don't know. I mean, I can't see how that could be easier because you still got to deal with the same drama that you would deal with even if you were if she was only the only one, you know. But with the team, people act differently when they're in a group. They're not gonna be as toxic because other people are watching them. They're not gonna be as like dismissive and try to gaslight you and all that stuff, you know. So especially in a foreign country where people try to manipulate the Americans to get money or whatever, and not that they all couldn't team up, but it's less likely to happen because it would require more planning and pre-conversations versus one-on-one, the person just off the top of their head trying to play you. So there's less. It's harder to play a bunch of people, and if they're bad by playing you, they're playing the rest of the team because
they're playing themselves. Really?
Yeah.
if you playing me, you're playing yourself. Oh man.
Because you steal all my money, that's money that would have went to the other girls too. And they're going to be like, hey, what about us, you know?
You take it from the household, baby.
Right. You're taking it from the house. And so it just, people that protect each other, they protect the household and the dream. And it's just, you don't have to go through so many fights because somebody else can talk to you, you know? Like an example, one of the, this is when we were in Cali, about a month and a half ago, and all of a sudden,
Cali, Colombia, right?
Yeah, Cali, Colombia.
Cali, Colombia.
Yeah. So I go to like different cities and stay a month or so. You know, went to San Andres, was awesome. Cali, Medellin, back to Santa Marta now. We just do different places, and it's like living like a king, man. This is like great. So
when you city hop, you know, from all in Colombia in different cities for about a month, the whole team is with you, all 3 wives?
Yeah, so now all 3, and it's not the same ones I think from the last time. So this is really like, since I've been doing this, kind of like the 3rd or even
iteration. The 3rd or 4th iteration?
Yeah, it's like the first different, because some people leave, some people come back. Now I have 2 of them that have been with me for 4 years. So if you even look at this picture, the ones that are 2 closest to me, in the background, they're still with me, right?
Okay, yeah. Hold on. So I already know your bottom chick. It was a Venezuelan, right? That was your main one,
right? She's not there anymore.
Oh,
yeah, Brenda.
You lost your bottom chick, man.
You know, it's funny because those 2 girls just bought me. They bought these 2 parrots. As a gift, but they named them. They named them Dan and Brenda, which I started laughing. They're like, "Oh, that's Dan and Brenda."
Yeah, her name was Brenda, right?
Her name was Brenda, the one.
Yeah.
And they still say, and I will still sometimes say that, but I can still say this is my best girlfriend I've ever had. And even I tell the girls that they know that it's hard to beat Brenda standards. So
you got to put them on their toes. Say, look, you got to live up to this standard. Hello.
Yeah, I say Brenda was the best relationship. When somebody new comes, I tell them that clearly, and people are like, don't say that to you. I'm like, no, they gotta know that.
Come on now, they gotta know
how it is. Like, this is the best I've had, and that's why, like, I'm gonna talk later about this program I created.
Yeah, you get into that later. Yeah,
I'm so excited about it because it's gonna save guys a lot of headache, a lot of time, and a lot of money too. By doing it the right way. So, anyhow, yeah. So Brenda was definitely the best one, but because I travel and she couldn't travel, and then she,
Right.
and people can go crazy. Like people can be great for a year and then stop being great. That's why
And stop
relationships
being
are
great.
tricky. When I hear these guys, like, so now I'm a relationship coach now, but I always laugh at relationship coaches, including myself, when they're saying like, "I've been married for 20 years, I've been married for 30 years," like you
It's
do
not
not
the
have
same
to
though.
figure it out, huh?
I already can tell you right now. Those 20 years, linear, it's not like the same. Every year is not going to be the exact same. It's up and downs.
Right.
It's highs and lows.
And they'll say that. But my point is, they can't teach you anything because they only know of one wife to go by. Like they can't teach you anything because you could tell me, like, I remember my brother giving me advice when I was married. I'm like, that didn't work. I tried that. Like, that's not going to work on this wife. And I was married twice, so I can at least know like they're different. People want different things can make them happy. So you can't go in a relationship, like read a relationship book and think that it's going to apply to this woman.
Apply to everybody.
Yeah, everybody's got it's like everyone's different, and you're different than the guy writing the book.
Oh man, so it's a lot of difference.
It's impossible to
variation in the multiverse. In the multiverse timeline, too many variations and variants. Right. Each woman is different. Each guy is different. It's not going to apply. But can you say, are there some similarities or generalities? We're all humans, men, women. Are there some across the board similarities and generalities?
On the general surface stuff. But what's going to mess up the relationship is actually the inner stuff.
Right.
That's going to be the problem. So all the general stuff, yeah, women want to be happy. Okay, yeah, but how? Just want to be
how?
Happy. What's the deal of it? Like, why does she? What's driving her? Because everything happened in her past is still playing into it. Why a woman would like older guys might be different. Why another one likes the older guy. Why she like younger guys. Something she like when a woman's like all her life, her parents told her like bring a good guy home, and a good guy for them is a white, blonde hair, blue eyed guy. Right?
Hello.
So they see you can't take it personally. This is just their education. They'd have to fight their education to overcome that and be like, I like this black guy. I don't care what my parents say.
What? Bringing home a nigga.
That's a lot they have to overcome. But that's their childhood. It's not because they don't like you particularly.
Right.
They just have an image in that they've been trained in their head how life is supposed to be. So you can't take, some things, no matter what you do, it's not going to happen because of how she was raised, about some trauma she went through. And then you too, there's some prejudice that you have that it's something that you went through. You might have to go to therapy to get rid of that or deal with it or whatever. So
men, traditionally, we don't like therapy. We don't want to go to therapy and have somebody tell us, in our deepest, darkest secret, get in our mind and make us regress and go back when we was kids and bring up the trauma. But I guess that'd be necessary sometime though.
Well, a lot of guys, and it's funny, it's like black folks, we make being hard cool, but it's like, just because like I've had women say, oh, you didn't grow up in the hood selling crack and you didn't do this, that. Like most people don't like that. They're in a situation they had to do that.
Exactly.
When a guy's like hard all the time, he don't trust people, it's not cool. He's just making it look cool.
In
reality, because his dad wasn't around, is because he dealt with some problem. When they're not going to therapy, maybe because his dad couldn't afford it. Be like, look, you're a man up. Don't, but the thing about people say, oh, I need a coach telling me what to do. It's like, coach is not telling you what to do. A coach is supporting you in what you say you want to do. Okay? Phil Jackson's not telling Michael Jordan, hey, you need to be a basketball player. He already wants to be a basketball player. Right. He already comes and says, I want to win the championship. I want to be great. Now the coach said, okay, I'm going to support you to get your goal. But if he says, I don't want to be a basketball player anymore, Phil Jackson has no power in telling him what to do. So when guys be like, oh, I don't need someone to tell me what to do, it's like they don't understand what coaching is. The guy's not your dad. He's telling you, he's supporting you in what you say you want to do. So if you say you want to have a great relationship, you get a relationship coach, for example, that will support you in that. Every single Mike Tyson, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Messi, Ronaldo, all these people, they have coaches. It's not because they need someone to tell them what to do. It's because human beings need either accountability or just a little bit of structure, motivation, whatever it is.
Right.
So
to keep them honest.
Yeah, so I don't need people to tell me what to do. It's like, I think it comes from a poverty mindset because maybe in the hood people couldn't afford or get a coach or support, or you couldn't. Hey, I don't trust these people. I can't trust people. You got to just do it yourself.
Right.
It doesn't really. I mean, it's not really working, to be honest with you. So that's all.
Responding, checking in all the way from North Minnesota. Here's salute. Shout out to North Minnesota, man. Shout out to Boston. Okay. So my guy, you have right now your current setup, like it's 3 wives.
Yeah, by the way, my background here was last year's team, which was my favorite when I had 4.
Okay, because I was about to ask you that. I was about to lead into it. So it was a time when you had more than 3 wives, correct? Obviously. Boom.
Yeah, and the most I ever had, and it was actually this year, but it was only for a month in San Andreas. I had 5, but I was like, it didn't work out, and I lost 2 of them, like really fast. Like it just didn't work out. And the issue was I always have 3, but I kind of brought them in too quick, and that was the one lesson to learn. And like everything I'm going through is like lessons I learned, so I can help other people later that might have an advice or want something. And every situation is different. Just because it happened to me doesn't mean it's gonna happen to them, but I can say, okay, for me, it didn't work to bring 2 people in like at the same time. So what happened is they became close to each other. They're new ones, and then you had like the 2 new people and then the other people, and then they just got 2. And one of them was very dominant, and then she had somebody to dominate with the new girl, and then then it was like almost a struggle between who's gonna win. And I was like, nah, I should just brought the one kind one, let these girls get her in because she was already in mentally. And as soon as the other one came, like a few days later, and then they became closer, and then they started having these conversations. And I made the mistake by putting them in the same room too. And so then they were like, spending more time together. They're in the same room.
Wait, what? Dream Work Dan. You said you made the mistake by putting them in the same room. You control what rooms they go. Oh man. Dream Work Dan, know what I'm talking about. He said, I should have mixed it up.
I should have mixed it up, but some of
you gotta manage your wives better, man.
Yeah, some of the older ones were kind of not even. They're kind of like, I don't want to. They needed time to adjust. It was just still a bit too fast, but I don't regret it because it's something I did. Like for me, I like achieving things. Be like, yo, I did it.
You did it. Yeah, you did that.
I did it. Right, and so
5 wives. Wow,
5, man. And I did it. I can say I did it. I have pictures, I have videos. I was together. I have, even though it was only for a month.
But
it's still, how many guys can do that for a month? How many guys can do that for a week?
How many guys can do it on a vacation for 2 weeks?
Right.
For 2 weeks.
And the girls are most guys are lying, and that's why I want to tell people like, man, how do you? I'm on these Passport Bros groups. And people are like, oh, how do you convince the girls? And I'm like, just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. You don't have to lie. And that's what the people do. They just lie because they're afraid. Men, grown-ass men, afraid of these little girls. So they lie.
They lie.
Because they're afraid of losing something. And so that's why I've created a structure of a program where it's kind of going to eliminate all of that stuff.
Okay.
The guys don't have to deal with that anymore.
Guys don't have to deal with that. So earlier this year, you had your most wives, 5 wives for a month. This picture behind you is when you had 4 wives. What is most sustainable, the 3 wives or the 4 wives?
Sustainable.
Probably 3.
It's not like one is more sustainable than the other. It's all sustainable. Yeah, it doesn't really matter because in the system that I have, they work in the business. So the more people that are working or more qualities you have, is the more it's like your business is growing. It's like if Walmart has 1,000 employees versus 50,000 employees. We're gonna assume that which one is the more sustainable. Like I don't know, you're gonna make more money with more people. Right? And you should be making more money with more people. So I enjoyed the 4 more than the 3, just because it was just like more qualities, more people. The friendship was better. I just liked it better. Like 2 people could be gone doing something, you still have 2 other like at the house. Like like you're never alone, and it feels like one person is too close to 0. So it's like you're never.
Oh man.
One is like, if you have 1 girl, it's like you pretty much don't have a girl. You're like,
oh man. Dan says if you have 1 girl, it's like you don't got a girl. 1 is too close to 0.
And by the way, I just want to say this. I have a lot of friends who have told me that, like, it seems like you're judging us because we don't want the team thing. The team's not the only way. And I want to say I'm not judging people.
That's my way, though. I already know what you're going to say. It ain't the only way, but it's my way.
It's the best way for me. And I didn't even understand why. The objection, these guys are like, I don't want that. And I'm like, why don't you want that? So when I ask them like about it, they feel like I'm forcing it on them. So I don't want people to feel like I'm forcing it on them at all.
You don't want that.
But for me, the way I see life, I mean, if I'm in a 1-person relationship, I don't see that as a serious relationship. Because like, it's like you have one kid. Are you really a parent of somebody that has 3 kids, that has to do the parenting work, that has to, when I mentioned my 1 daughter, she can kind of eat when she wants to. I don't have to lay the law down. But, hey, it's a lot easier. You're not really doing the work as much as a parent, for example, right? So, and it's just too close to 0. Like, if she gets mad at you, then you have nothing. But now, if you have 3, 1 is you get rid of 1 and you still have 2.
You know what I think? A lot of that is outside of being the ego and selfish, is control. One of the main ways that many women use against men, the weapon, they weaponize the pussy. They weaponize sex. They withhold. You're on timeout. You're on punishment. Sleep on the couch. The legs are closed. The garage is closed. No sex for you. You've been a bad boy.
For weeks, months.
Yeah. And so it's control. They could control you with the power of the P. But if you have 3, 4, 5 wives, not even girlfriend, 5 wives, 4 wives in a house, it's very hard for one to try to control it.
They can't control you. It doesn't. That part, they just have to deal. If they're upset with you something, they just have to deal with it, and we come together and we talk about it. They can't punish you for that. They're not. If you're unhappy about something, and I feel you're unhappy about it, and like I was telling you an example, one of them all in Cali, she like started giving me attitude or something, like she didn't want, we all going running, like, I don't want to go, like, just give me attitude. And I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? So I was, we came back from running. I know I was going to confront her and be like, what's going on with you? And then she, kind of before, she's like, hey, I want to go outside. And she went and she asked one of the girls to go with her. And I saw them go outside, look out the window, and they're sitting there's like a little park area, this bench, and they're sitting there talking with each other. And I'm like, all right, when she comes back, I'm going to say, what's going on with you? Because you only give me attitude, like, what changed? If you have a problem, tell me, And maybe she's talking to another one, but she was really talking. I couldn't hear what they were saying, but she's talking, they're talking, I'm like, okay, I'm going to hear about whatever, And then she came back, and like, hey, baby, gave me a kiss on the lips, her whole energy changed. And I'm like, okay, maybe I won't say anything. And then, and all of a sudden she's like, super friendly. Hey, you want something to eat? You want this and that? Just being like super, super friendly. And I'm like, okay, well, don't mess it up. If she's back, don't say nothing. I don't have to confront her and be like, why are you mad? She's not even mad no more. She treated me super good. So I was like, okay, I see. After a day later, so I kind of asked. I asked her, I said, hey, were you mad at me? The
other day?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she was like, yeah, but it's cool. I took care of it. I'm like, why? She's like, no, I talked to, the other one was Adriana. I talked to Adriana and everything's cool now. Some things I just better just not. It's good. And so I'm like, okay, should I dig deeper or just be happy with what I got? Right. So I'm like, okay, cool. If you handled it, you're not mad at me no more. She's like, no, it's good. It was just me, whatever. She just didn't want to. So I ain't say nothing. I asked Adriana, I was like, hey, why was she upset? What was going on? She's like, nah, nothing. She just sad, misses her family. They kind of like made it. But that's the point I'm saying is like, it's way easier than a one-on-one relationship. That would not go that way. Maybe she needs somebody where to express her feelings. Maybe she needs to talk about it. I don't know. But there's a lot of problems that get solved by another person that's there. That's like the coach in the relationship that's telling you, do this. Don't be mad. You know, don't mess it up for everybody. Because they all know, you know, the Americans say happy wife, happy life. But and this is like the opposite. Happy man, happy home. You know, everyone's happy. Because I'm unhappy with one of them. I'm less generous. I'm way generous, and I tell them all that. Like, I'm very generous when I'm happy, and I ain't gonna be happy if one of y'all give me attitude.
If just one of you give me attitude.
So one of them give me attitude. The others talk to them and be like, "Look, just you know, this how he is. You know, get over it. You know,
you know what it is when you signed up."
Right, so then she feels kind of stupid giving an attitude. So there's no really like, it's definitely not as hard, you know. But like I said, every relationship is different. Every person is different. Some guys don't want the women to give them that much time. You know, they just want to like just give me my space. I like to be around people. I don't have that problem. So everybody has a different thing, and they should know what their thing is, and then they can find what they want.
Right.
You know.
Well, yeah, but right there, you just literally said the perfect example of the teamwork, making the dream work. One of your wives had an attitude, an obvious, clear attitude, and before you can address it, one of the sister wives got at her. They had a conversation, and it was worked out. So, exactly, that's what's up.
Without me, it couldn't have happened in a one-on-one relationship. In one-on-one relationship, she would go talk to her mom or her friends and just bash me and complain, and they wouldn't be helping her.
And then, like you say, oh no, not to cut you off, because you can't, because she don't have nobody but her mom, her auntie, her sister, her girlfriend, all people outside of the house, right? They don't have that built-in benefit. But if she talked to a sister wife that's in the house that have a shared reality with you, it hits a lot different.
Right. Because
outside the house, they don't have no affiliation, no allegiance.
Right. Because she can tell her parents, or her people, her friends, you don't know what I'm going through. But she can't say that to the sister wife. There's like, we go through all the same thing. Like, she can't exaggerate the thing because it's gonna be like,
girl,
I don't agree with that.
Right.
And so Adriana was actually one that she's not with me anymore. In that scenario. But she was at the end, she was trying to, you know, act up in a way. And the other girl's like, no, we don't agree. I could tell that she acted differently because she didn't want to look stupid or bad in front of the other girls. You know, and so it goes like, no, we don't agree. Dan did this, Dan did that. Don't forget we did that, you know, and broke it down to her. And she's like, okay. So once everybody says that, like when she's talking to me, she's trying to act, she's all hard. When he was in the group, she's all like soft. So I was okay, let's just talk. I'll talk in the group. Let's just all talk in the group. And she just had nowhere to manipulate the situation.
And that's better. Like you say, that I'm seeing it. When you in a group, a lot of the pretenses fall away. You can't be fake in a group. There's too many other people.
Right.
On one-on-one, she can gaslight you and manipulate or try to manipulate. In a group, the other girl like, girl, come on. Girlfriend. He was just what. Yeah, exactly.
Right. So
the group keeps them honest.
Right. And sometimes they don't want to ding it. One would just not say anything. I'm like, okay, speak. He's like, I don't want to say anything. Like,
I'll wait till it's just me and you. No, you literally need to sit down.
But when there's one I know, whenever she doesn't agree with what's going on with the other girls doing, and she doesn't want to, like, you know, they don't want to argue, whatever, because that's one of the rules. Like, don't be arguing.
Don't be arguing. Hey, that's one of the rules. Hold on, that's one of the rules.
Like, well, with each other, yeah. I said, like, don't be fighting with each other. Like, so sometimes they say nothing, and I know that she doesn't agree with the person. I'll say, you know, when Helen doesn't say anything, it's because she doesn't agree with you. You know, and that's how she's not defending you. She doesn't say anything. You know, I'll be like, I don't want to say anything. I'm like, exactly. And so then the attitude already changes when they see that they're not getting 100% support. Then they're not as coming all hard on you and stuff like that, or like, so that just helps. If you're a good man, you know you're not doing nobody wrong. You're not trying to gaslight them as well. You're trying to be fair. Then you're safe. if you're trying to, like, one guy was like, I don't like the team thing because then I don't have any privacy. I'm like, first of all, you can have privacy with even if you have it, but what do you need the privacy for? What do you mean? As both of them are your wives. Like, you need privacy for what? Like, if you're trying to manipulate her, and you know what you don't want the other person to hear what's going on because you're not doing something right. So if you're straight.
Wait, a guy told you this? One of the guys you were coaching or whatnot?
Yeah, one guy that he was curious about that. And then he was like, nah, I don't want to do the team thing. And I asked him why. He didn't really have a good reason. The only reason he came up with is because, I feel like if there's two women there, I don't have any privacy. And I'm like, that's BS. For one, you can set it up where you have your time alone.
Right.
But secondly, privacy for what?
Right. You gonna whack off the porn? You got two full women, one around the house? The hell you need privacy for? The hell?
I don't get it. Or you're trying to see, like, for one woman, I'm like, but you want the other woman part of the relationship. Like, you want her to regulate stuff. Unless you're gonna do something wrong. Now, if you're doing wrong things, then of course you don't want nobody else there because you're manipulating, control. And a lot of guys are like that. They're toxic, manipulating, they're trying to control. Mm-hmm. But you gotta, like, do it in another way, like a more slick way where, I have a guy, his relationship always ended in violence and always ended a bunch of stuff. My relationship never ended like that because what I'm offering is good enough that I don't have to go to violence. And I think that guys go to violence. I don't know if all guys, but sometimes, like, if you feel like she playing you, you gave her all you got, and she's still playing you, it's like, dang, and there's, like, nothing you can do about it. So there's nothing you can do. And you go to violence because you feel like, man, she screwed me over. She got me. She's making fun of me. Everybody's mad. You know what? I'm going to use my power now. With the man's only power is his physical strength. Now okay, you know what? I'm going to use my power over you now and get that. But if you have more that she can lose other than that, like me, when a girl comes to me, she's skinny. In a couple months, she's filled up. She could use her legs, or she's eating well. Her family's like, man, you got big. She's eating well. They leave for a couple months, they get skinny again. Okay, so just on that fact, you already know you living better. Like, we went to San Andreas, everybody came back fat. Like, even me, like, we were like, yo, the girls were like, we gotta get on a diet. We gotta start working out. Like, and they're always talking about how their clothes weren't fitting anymore. They all got fat. I'm like, all right, right? Like, you wasn't getting
freedom,
right? And so I wasn't happy they all got fat either. And I was like, okay, guys, we're gonna have to do something different here, because even they were like, yeah, we need to stop all this extra stuff. And so, but the point is, getting cut off from the system, like the one Adriana that I was telling you about, she's texting me still today, like, if you just tell me when, I come back. Like, anytime you need me, I'm back. I'll be here. And they can go get other guys. The other guys are not going to give them everything I'm giving them. The other guys, I'm not that they can't afford it, but I think they just don't have the setup to make it, like, another guy's not going to give you a bunch of friends, like another team, like the atmosphere. Okay, guy, because another guy's not going to want to do that. Another guy also is not going to want to spend on you. That is the way. But for me, these girls don't understand. People don't understand. It's like, oh, if you love me, you're going to want to be with just me. It's like, no. If you let him have other women, he can be honest. He's going to love you more. Right. Like, why would I let somebody I have to lie to? Like, I got to lie to you. I can't even. That's why a lot of guys will like the mistress more than the wife.
Right.
The mistress.
They pillow talking with them more, and the mistress know more information than the wife.
Yeah, you can be honest. You have inside jokes. Like, the mistress is the real one that you really love. You just can't be with her for whatever reason. But why, why am I going to love somebody that doesn't really like? If I got to lie to you because you don't know me, and I don't want you to know me, because I think if you know who I really am, you're going to leave me. And then so guys lie. So to me, the girl doesn't love you if you have to lie to her. That's just the bottom line. If you lying to her, it's because she doesn't love you the way you really are. And then you're not even loving yourself. You think there's something fundamentally wrong with you, right? If you have to lie, it's because you think there's something wrong with you as a man. But so my program, I don't know. Can I start talking about it now, or?
Yes. Start cooking.
So basically, after I have a couple of friends in the States that, reaching out. These guys they're tired of dealing with prostitutes and stuff like that. They're like, can you help me find a good woman? And I've had that in the past where guys are like, oh, hook me up with one of the girls that that work for you or that stuff like that. I'm like, you got to come here and do the work. I mean, you want to show up and spend 5 days and have a girlfriend. It's like, it doesn't work like that unless you already start dealing with her for long distance. But a lot of guys don't want to do that. They don't want to waste their time either. So I want to save the guys that time. And they fill out this form that says exactly what they like. Okay, you have the option. Are you looking for a wife? Are you looking for just a casual girlfriend or two? Or you can come visit and have this same girl go on. Is that what you're looking at? Like an open relationship? Are you looking for a team relationship? Like, what exactly do you want? And they have to say what they want. And then I and my team go and find that person, show them this. Do you accept these? If someone doesn't qualify to what you want, then I'm not going to introduce them to you. And the mistake people make, and even I did, is you meet somebody that has half of those, but they're so damn cute. She's so damn pretty. And the instinct comes in. You just want to, physically get with her. And so you just make concessions. Like, all right, whatever. You just forget those. That's not I forget my rules. I'm like, oh, I had a rule about that. I forgot my own. Huh?
No, I'm laughing.
Yeah. So I do that. I've done that. I was like, man, I wish I had this program. I want to be my own client. I was even telling you guys should build me a new team just so I can use this thing, because this helps you get exactly what you want. And then we train the girls or the wife, whatever you want, to be like you want. So some guys I don't want nobody bugging me when I watch TV. Okay. How the girl's gonna know that in the beginning? You just have to go through it. She's gonna bug you, you're gonna be annoyed, you're not gonna say anything to her to not hurt her feelings. You can do it again, and then she might see that you're annoyed, she might get it, and she might be mad at you. You're not appreciating the attention she's giving you. It just turns into a mess. It's better than just she knows from the beginning. We give her the paper, okay, you're gonna be with this guy named Big Boss Man. All right.
Oh man.
Like this, you don't like that. You don't like this, you don't like this. Is what he likes. Can you do that? His thing is physical touch. Are you a physical touch person? And I don't really like that. Okay, you're not the one for him. Go next. And then we say, can you pass these things? And they're like, yeah. So they come in already knowing you got a training on how to do this. So you can't come in here and act like you're dumb. You tell me what is normal for you? How much sex per week is normal for you? How much sex will make you really happy? And everybody's different. Some guys, they just want to see the girl once a month for a weekend. That's it. They don't want to see, they have their own lives. They don't want to change anything. Other guys want to be video calling, texting all the time. But at least it'll be clear from the beginning. And then the person already knows, and now we can match people up. And everyone's not going to be a perfect match, but if the girl is coachable and trainable, we could coach her and train her and give the guy some coaching too, But if I could come back and say, look, she has 8 of those things that you want. There's 10 that she doesn't have. Are you willing to bend on those? You know what? I can make a concession on those. So the guy already knows too. He's giving up something. So you can't be forcing the girl into a certain situation. You can't get with her and then try to convince her to be your way. I don't think that's fair. I think that wastes a lot of time. You're gonna go on 3, 4, 5 dates until you realize that this isn't gonna work for you. And if just smashing is your only goal, then it just might as well just do, P for P. If that's the only goal that you have. But if you want to build something and have something cool, and when I say something cool, is what I mean. Today, I'm so tired right now. Today, two of my girls are starting this chicken business where they want to put eggs and sell all this stuff like that. And so it's their business. And they asked me to help and support. I'm like, you know what? I'm not really trying to be too deep into a business that's low physically in Colombia. Today, I want to do that. I'm like, fine. Sunday, I'm with them. We were hauling sand. I was so proud of them. They're doing all the work. I had all this bunch of stuff on video. They're doing the work. And I got to have dinner with lunch with their family, and uncles and stuff came to help. And now you're part of the family and you're part of something real. It's not just her, but you get to see who she is. We're like, how do you trust them not to plot on you? It's I've known them for 4 years. I know their family. I know where they live. I've been to the funeral of their grandma. You gotta get in. That's why you know the culture better. So I was here at this place, and there's mangoes all over the floor. And I'm like picking up mangoes, washing them off, and eating them. And I'm like, but I'm getting an experience that most American guys don't get. They're not, because they're just staying at Cartagena. They don't get to go that deep because no girl's gonna let them get that deep usually. I mean, sometimes, but I'm getting an experience that I feel like is more genuine. It's real, and the connection is like somebody that if you die, they'd actually cry for you. They'd actually like be sad for a while. But I don't know if that's the case with you go to Cartagena, you have 10 girls on rotation, and you die, they'd be like, oh, you're just another client that passed. It's like, no big deal.
Oh, man.
Okay. Like, wow, that's too bad. But then they move on because you're not making that big of a significant difference in her life. You're not making that big of a difference. That's why I always say, like, you got to make a difference for people so that your life can be significant. Well, you got to make a difference. So all this, guys are holding on to this trauma. Oh, you're a simp, you're this, you're that. And it's like, you can't, you gotta know what you want in life. And if you want something that's deeper and you're just scared to get it, then don't waste the time going through the rejection. With my program, there's no rejection in it. Like, these will all be filtered already. You just tell me what you want. The person already agrees. They see your picture, they see your profile, they're already coming in it. So the first date is not like, oh, I'm gonna decide, first date for you to decide if you want the chemistry. Because there's like 3 parts that we look at to know, what the person's situation is, right? Is the first part. Like what's their situation? What's your ideal situation? What is their mindset? How do they think? And it matches you. And lastly, what do you guys have chemistry? Because somebody can have a great situation, but y'all just don't have no chemistry, or the mindset's wrong. Like, me and Brenda had great chemistry. It was great. Her situation, I loved her mindset. I love the chemistry we had, but her situation was complicated. She had a daughter that didn't have her passport anymore. They expired because they're from Venezuela. Mm-hmm. Can't travel. Mm-hmm. So now, but to get that passport, they got the dad's in Spain. Dad got to write a letter and send it to the embassy. I'm sitting there in Santo Domingo, going everywhere with her, standing in line. I'm hustling with her, trying to get this stuff done. It's complicated. And then her kid was going to a private school. She doesn't want her kid to come out of the press. So she don't even scared to risk even taking the chance unless we stay right there in Dominican Republic, right in that same town. And I'm like, I'm not going to just stay here all my life. Like, until your daughter that's 5 years old is 18. Like, nah, I ain't doing that. So her situation was complicated, if that makes sense. So you just got to look at the whole thing. And some guys, they just skip things. They just look at, oh, she's beautiful. Wow, she got a nice body. And then you forget all that other stuff and you like deal with it. And one of my friends who's like one of the clients too, he's like, man, once you show them the girl, they'll like do whatever the girl wants. If they want the girl, they'll just, I'm like, I don't want guys to do that. I don't want guys to adjust themselves to what the girl wants. You got to know what you want already, because you're going to be unhappy down the road. If you just because she's beautiful, you put all your conditions aside just so you can say, hey, I'm with this pretty woman. You're going to be unhappy with her in the house. You're going to be frustrated. It's not going to be a good relationship. And I wish it's not an arranged marriage, but it's really like, I think, a very intense and very good type of matchmaking. So it's relationship coaching and matchmaking. And anybody's listening here is like, you know what, I'd like to check this out. Hit me up on WhatsApp. My number is 720-515-8613. So, I'm sure you put it in the comments or whatever. But yeah, hit me up. I've been doing this for 4 years. I know a lot of it's really one of the girls that I'm with, one of the wives, she came with the idea and said, I have a lot of friends who are always asking me, like, how can they be in a relationship like this? Dan, do you have any guy friends? Do you have any male friends from the States that could come and that I want to be like you, that want to do this? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I should ask, like, why don't we help them match up with the relationship that they really want? And I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess we can do that. And so in seeing that, I've got a lot of attention. A lot of guys were like, yeah, help me out. And, and I just want to help guys. Did that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's basically the program. And I'm calling it a new life the new life experience, relationship coaching and matchmaking. And so it comes from what I've been doing. And again, everything's not for everybody, and every woman's not for every guy. That's why there's a survey you fill out. Those things are magic because that's what we use, your answers, to coach her every day. So there's a vetting process. Know if she lies. Is she telling the truth? And sometimes they'll work for me for like a week. And I already know, like, why are you coming late? And they come in with a BS excuse. One girl came into the program, and in that same day, I said, she was telling me, I got to pay something in my house, electric, this and that. I'm like, if you come into the program, you start asking guys for stuff, that's what the guys don't want. Because the guy said, I don't want her asking me for stuff. Right. So I was like, all right, I'm going to come to your house and check it out. Oh, no, you can't come to my house. I'm like, why not? Well, my ex is crazy. I'm like, I thought you didn't have a boyfriend. Yeah, but he didn't want people coming to my house. He's like, see, there you go, lying, And so I avoided that problem. She got kicked out of the program. Versus another guy would have came because she's pretty, would have just went with whatever's dealing with it. And you go into some bad situation that you don't even know what's going on.
We don't do that. Hey, hold on for the one time. I saw this coming in. Oh, man. Kings and Dreams. What's up, my guy? Yep, my max is $3 though. What you talking about, Kings and Dreams, with the $2? I see you sent the 10. So what you talking about? He says, big up, boss and guest. Hashtag Polygang. What? What you know about the Polygang, King James? King James, you down with the Polygang? Polygang. Shout out Kings and Dreams with the $10 and the $2, the $12. Wow. Sounds like King James is with it. Kings and Dreams is with the Polygang. 3 is his max.
So does King James live in the United States, or is he?
Yeah. He lives in New York, but he goes to Columbia heavy. He has property. He has property in Columbia.
Nice. Okay. So when he comes, he has probably his regulars, or is he just new? Like, what's his?
I forget, Mr. King James. King James, you want to pull up? You want to pull up towards the end, man? I'm gonna send King James the link. I had him on here a bunch of times. $2. I had multiple girlfriends before. Yes, sir.
Okay, but what's going on now? Is he down to one, or is that before? I know it's not the interview for me, but not.
Hey, the interviewee is going to interview.
No, I'm just curious because he comes to Columbia, he's doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? So, and so there's some guys that come in the program and say, I want to have multiple girlfriends. I want them in different cities, or I don't want them to know about each other, or they can't know about you. I don't care, but I just want multiple girlfriends. And we tell the girl that, are you okay with this guy being this way? And they'll be like, yeah, cool. Especially if he, helping me out. And he send her like $50 here and there. If that's, the thing is like, okay, don't ask him for money. He's going to do this for you. And then when he comes, you better have that time for him or whatever they come up with. So the guy says, this is what I'm comfortable with. And then we find people that are also comfortable with that or that agree to that. And then we train them on how to be that way. That's pretty much the premises of it. So a guy wants a team. Like tomorrow, we did one of our clients. He wanted a team relationship. And so I built the whole team for him. And he's like, man, you're the best. He's like, he's sending me a testimonial. Yeah, he's so happy. He's like, man, this is so great because, we built the team. He's like, how are you able to do that? But it's like, you got to train the girls. You got to explain to them. And so some guys don't want to do all that stuff. And they think it's
you got to train them, man. You got to train the girls. Hey, hold on for the one time. Again, thank you, Kings to Dream Polygang in the back. Boom. What's up, Kings and Dreams?
What's going on, Big Boss? What's going on, Dreamwork Dan? How you gentlemen doing on this Sunday evening?
Man, we chilling. Uh-oh.
No doubt. Yeah, so I just wanted to say really quick. So, yeah, like, I think that if you're dating different women in different cities and they don't know about each other, I don't really think that's really a poly relationship. Like a poly relationship to me would be that all of the women know about each other and they have relationships with each other. Not like relations, but they have a relationship with each other. You know what I mean? So
Right.
they're like, sister wives, you know what I mean? So like they hang out together, right? Because essentially, like if you're dating women in different cities and they don't know about it, you're essentially just having multiple monogamous relationships. That's not poly.
He's a cheater.
Right. Yeah.
Right,
So yeah. So I happened to come on the tail end of this live stream, but I did hear when you were saying that like you have to be upfront with the woman from the beginning, and I think that transparency is key because you have to let them know, like, okay, this is what I want to do. Do you want to be a part of this or not? When you start sneaking around, that's when you get caught up as men.
Right. And guys that are strong, when they yeah, okay. Guys that are strong, when they say what they want, the women like that. It's funny because women don't respect guys who let them do whatever they want. Or who don't, who don't have any, they just let them do what they want. After a while, they just don't respect the guy. And I've told them that. I've sit them down like, guys, I know you guys want to do what you want. Like when they're not acting the way I want them to act, I sit them down and I say, I know you guys want to do all this stuff, but in the end, I'm going to lose anyways. Because once you lose respect for me, I'm going to be unhappy because you're not respecting me. And eventually, I'm just going to, end this whole thing. So I don't want it to end. So I can't let you do things that make me feel like you don't respect me. Okay. So this is the way it is. And I was giving examples like this is this and that. Like, I just can't allow that. And I just have to, like, every great man knows. And I heard this from Andrew Tate one time with videos. Like, if the woman can't be the way you need her to be, you got to let her go. If you miss her, you love her. Because if you don't let her go, then she's going to be the leader of the relationship. If you're letting her do what she wants to and you just going with it, then she's the leader. And if she's the leader, she's not going to be happy with you because she wants somebody high that makes more than her, that's smarter than her. She doesn't want to be the dominant one. And unless she doesn't respect you. If she doesn't trust you, didn't respect you, then she wants to be the leader until she finds the guy she does respect. And so why waste your time on somebody that doesn't respect, doesn't look at you as the leader? So you just got to let her go. And a lot of guys make the mistake of not letting women go because of whatever reason, hoping they're going to change. They can change right then and there. Just give them ultimatums. Say, look, I can't do this. So, I mean, like, I want it my way. There's a million women in the world. If this doesn't work for you, thank you. Let's shake hands. Like, you got a lot of stuff when this time we were together. I was in my mind like, hey, you got a lot of benefits. I helped your kids out. I give you this. I bought you that. You got a lot of stuff out of this already, right? I got a lot of fun. I got experiences. Thank you for the experience. It's not working for me again. Give another woman their chance. Since for you, this is not good enough for you. And then once you say it like that, then they're gonna be like, okay, they're not gonna want to lose their stuff, or maybe they're gonna say it's good, but they're gonna have to adapt because I can't risk my happiness for you. I can't sacrifice my happiness so that you can be happy because you're not sacrificing your happiness for me. Right. So while I can say, right, because if you were, then you would do what I want to do and be unhappy. But no, you want me to do what you want to do. So either you find somebody who wants to do it.
Yeah, I just wanted to respond to that, right? When you had mentioned the Andrew Tate comment, I completely agree with that. And I think what you had mentioned, how like some guys, they try to change the woman. I think that, most guys, they come with a scarcity mindset. So usually they don't want to let the woman go because she's very attractive or because the sex is really good. Right. And so they're like, well, I don't know if I'm going to find another woman that's going to be very attractive. You know what I mean? Well, we on Big Boss channel, so I'm gonna talk my shit. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if she gonna suck my dick as good and all this other shit. Okay, right? So, I think that with guys, they have that scarcity mindset, and as you were saying, this is why a lot of guys are going to like non-Western places, right? Like Southeast Asia. I had just interviewed a Filipina on last week Monday. Yeah, about a week. Yeah, actually a week ago. And one of the things that she had mentioned in the interview, she was saying that most Filipinas, They look for the man to dictate how things are going in a relationship, and they'll reciprocate, right? So it's like, this is why men are going to Southeast Asia, whether it be Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, so on and so forth. So I think what you had said was on the money.
And wait, am I on mute?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, for sure. And that's why I think like Medellin is great or Colombia is great, these places, because there's such an abundance of it. Like one of my friends, who's also a client, he's like, man, I can't believe I'm rejecting this girl. Like I would never do that in the States. Like in the States, I know I'm not gonna get anything, even girls who don't even look as good as her, I'm scared to lose them in the States. But here I can lose them because there's so many. Like you literally thousands. I'm like literally thousands of women you'll see in one night. And the part is just like, man, there's such an abundance of this over here that there's no way that you should let any woman control you or you should be afraid because there's thousands of them. And so you got to set the standard and say, this is what I want, and I can find it. That's why my whole relationship thing is just based on I only coach American men and Colombian women. That's it. I'm not interested in coaching American women. I'm not interested in coaching Colombian men. I'm not interested. And if those who want to be together. So a Colombian woman that only wants that said, I want to be with an American guy. An American guy said, I want to be with a Latino or Colombian, and that's it. I would not suggest a guy go. I'm not going to coach a guy that wants to be with an American woman because I that'd be like, I don't want that. I don't think that's a good idea. Like I wouldn't want that, so I couldn't coach somebody into that. And so, yeah, and I have 2 failed American marriages, so how am I going to be coaching the guy on that? So, anyways, so that's how it's very specific because I think it's just such an abundance. And my job is easy because I don't have to be whatever he wants. He can find attractive women that want the same thing or that are ready to learn. I say, I don't know anything about this, but I'm willing to learn. I want to do this. I want this to work out. And then you can coach them if that's what they want, because they know that there's a million other pretty girls out there, right? Even though they're beautiful, they're just the percentage of women it's just incredible. I've never seen a country with that high of a percentage.
So Dan, are you in Colombia right now?
Yeah, I'm in Colombia right now. I'm in Santa Marta.
Okay. Oh, okay. You in Santa Marta? Yeah, I'll be in Medellin this upcoming Wednesday, and then the following Wednesday I'm going to Cali. So I'll be in Colombia for 2 weeks.
Oh, so we might link. I was just in those places, and I travel a lot, so maybe I'll see. I might go to Medellin, just to one of my clients up there. He just got his team. He lives in Medellin, and the girls are from Santa Marta, and the girls are flying to Santa Marta, so they're like really excited. First time on an airplane, they're really excited about the trip. The guy too is like, man, you saved my life. And it's interesting because, so I don't know if he wants me telling his business. I guess I'm not telling his name, but he like lost the power in his situation. So he likes to have the poly thing too, but it always like fell apart kind of like in a way. So lastly, when I was hanging out with him and he had a new girlfriend, but it's like the new girlfriend, he told the new girlfriend, I'm into poly, I like other women. But as soon as he brought other women, she started acting crazy. She started being jealous. She started making demands. Because he did too long with her just being her. Even though you say it, they're not seeing the reality. They're not feeling. They're not having to experience it to make a choice. They're just like, oh, you're just talking about, oh, I'd like to have that. It's like some pipe dream. So when it's actually happening, so he's like, okay, I got to get rid of this girl. Or like, I don't know what's going to happen because he likes her. Boom. She says, look, I'm pregnant. Now he totally, by him. No, she is. She is pregnant. They go to the doctor, so he got this girl pregnant. So now he has no power in this situation. Like he feels like she runs the show. She didn't even stay in the house. She shows up whenever she wants to. She can go a week, 10 days, and he can't fire her anymore because he can't get rid of her because she got the baby. And now she's like, and he doesn't have any. And so he thinking about maybe my other girl's gonna step up for me, but all the other girls done left because of this toxic situation. Every time they come around, this girl with the woman's like messing everything up. So he like lost power in the situation. He's like, damn, I need your help. I need her to see a team and say, look, you want to be part of this team, you can be part of it. You don't want to be part of it, you're not part of it. But when he has no team, he can't say that. He can't be like, you want to be part of this team? They're like, what team? Right? So she walks in the house and dominates it. So I usually say, man, I need a team ASAP. I got to make a power move to get my power back, to get my control back. So I really helping this man get his manhood back in a way, because this woman done took it and she has leverage. So now the team is now the next time she's gonna come into the house, there's gonna be 2 other women there that actually live there, and then so she can't just come in and try and kick people out or dominate. They like,
she's gonna try to turn up though. She's gonna try to turn up.
It ain't gonna work. It can't work because these other girls, like I need these girls to be an example, because no matter what she says, she doesn't have an example of these women agreeing to that, or these women that are taking care of them. Like, there's nobody here for you except for me, kind of thing. Like, you and this pipe dream. But when they show up and they're gonna see when she shows up and she's gonna see like, okay, look, I don't really need you anymore to take care of me. I don't need to wait for you to like help me out. I got 2 other women taking care of me. I can take care of my baby. But if you want to be part of it, this is your chance. If you don't want to be part of it, I'll just take care of my kid, and then I'll have my team relationship. So then now she's gonna have to make a decision, and he's not gonna feel like, man, I lost everything. So in a way, like I feel like what I'm doing, I'm really helping guys out to have their power. And it was such a smooth transition, because he said he filled out the form. He said exactly what he wants. He wants the girls to be bi. He wants to like this. That is a deal breaker for me, or this is not a deal breaker, or this is flexible. And he said exactly. Do you care about her social economic background? Do you care about her mindset? Like, what kind of mindset? All this stuff. And we go find the people that agree to that and that are down with that. And they're like, okay, I want to do that. They're excited. Both people are excited. And you don't have to waste time doing dates and doing all this other stuff that might work, might not work. So that's why I'm really excited about what I'm up to right now.
Wow. Dream Work Dan, y'all. Dream
Work. Let me just say this one last thing is that, so I was in some, Passport Bros groups, and there's always some haters, like, oh, these guys think they're gurus. They got, obviously they're clearly pros and this and that. And it's like, first of all, I think maybe because they're not doing it and they feel like every girl, like maybe they want every girl to be a pro because it's what they're interested in. So when they see a Colombian, they're like, oh, how much you pay for that? I want some of that too. Mm-hmm. But not everybody's pros, like the 2 that I have, that's like in the background there, they come from upper middle class families. They don't come, and I was surprised myself to see those are the ones that stick. Okay. Girls that are super, super poor, and the way I do it, not everybody, the way I do it, they don't work very well for me because of, I don't say their education, not that it matters, their insecurities. That's what makes it like, when they come on my team, and there's 2 girls who actually went to college, have good family, and kind of can say like they're not there for the money because their parents have more money than me, or just as much, and which is really strange. I go to their house. First time I went to their house, I'm like, she got money. Like, why is she? Like, I was confused. I'm like, I was the other like, how come they got money? I was like, oh, my grandma got money. I didn't believe them, and I'm like, okay. So I asked them like, why are you guys, we still doing that? You guys can get other jobs. You guys are pretty, can get other guys. They're like, it's really not about the money. It's about the freedom, but the money is important so that we can show our parents we got money and that we don't have to listen to what they have to say. But it's really the freedom to not have to like do it the traditional way, in a way. So when people think everybody's not a pro, and there are a lot of women who prefer this type of relationship or prefer to be with an American, it's not because they're poor. Americans can be more like, I feel like a lot of American men don't know their value and forget their value. Be like, oh, the guy in the States that makes $4,000 a month, he can't come and be with no middle class American. I'm like, $4,000 a month is good money. When you look Google in Colombia, when you Google what middle class is in Colombia, it's $2,000 to $4,000 a month. So a family makes $2,000 US, they're middle class. You make $4,000, you're upper middle class. So what's like normal for us, like basic, is like an upper middle class. And people are like, oh, you'll never be accepted in that. I'm like, you are accepted in that. I can see the ocean. I'm on the 9th floor. I have an ocean view. My apartment costs like a little bit over $600 a month. right? That's not a big deal. But I'm already with upper middle class or high class people that where I'm staying is like the top people in Santa Marta.
Mm-hmm.
Those who I'm going to be interacting with. That's who's going to invite me to their parties. That's who's going to. So you're already people like, oh, you're not going to be already in the middle. I'm like, yes, you are. You're not going to unless you're coming for the weekend. You can't, right? And then you're just dealing with the poor of the poor, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But if you have time and you want to have something like a little bit higher level or be into the culture better, and maybe you don't have to live there, but you say, hey, when I come, I want that experience. Then we can hook you up with people like that need that experience or that want to be with you because of your language, of what you know. Whatever. Just be coming from the States, you're already an interesting thing. You're already an interesting person. Like people don't get that. Just your passport makes you already at least upper middle class in Colombia, right? I don't think they can be high class, but you're at least going to be middle class. You're definitely not going to be in the poor class. Just the potential that even if you're broke, you 100% broke, but you got an American passport, you're already middle class just by being that.
Right.
You're going to get higher level girls because they know that there's something that they can gain from you, other than just your looks, right? So I just wanted to say that. Like guys know your value. I think guys don't get how valuable they are in the world, and they just downplay themselves. So when they see me with a good woman, they're like, oh, she must be a prostitute. Like basically they're saying like you couldn't get nobody good. Like, oh, she was that good. You wouldn't be the one to get her. Like, you know what the competition is? Well, the girl's like 25, 24. You know what 24-year-old Colombian men are? You know what I'm saying? Like you're competing against people that are not that you're dominant. You should be dominating. If you're 40 and you're competing with a 25-year-old Colombian, come on. Right? Like you need to have more confidence in yourself, thinking that she's not going to want you. Like you have way more to offer. You have more experience, more stuff to do. So I just want to leave that message to guys: like, know your value. You're worth a lot more than you think, because you don't compare it to what you have in the States. Compare it to what they have in Colombia. What did they have before that? What are they going to have when they leave you? Like, what do they have? And if you don't go into their world, you're not going to know. You're going to assume that they have all these options. They don't. They don't have all these options. Anyway.
Hold on. Mr. King with a dream.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here.
All right.
Yeah. So, you want me to respond to that?
Well, yeah, and have your last words, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop you down. So, what do you want to say to the people?
Okay, yeah, perfect. Well, first of all, thank you so much, for having me here, Big Boss. Shout out to Dreamwork Dan, and just to kind of circle back on what Dan had mentioned, yeah, a lot of men don't understand what their value is, and making $4,000 a month, so that's essentially $25 an hour, right? So, you can definitely do that, and you will be in the upper middle class, and then also, I think that when it comes to guys who are like traveling short term, they're kind of looking for that microwave dinner, so to speak. You know what I mean? So they don't get a chance to really look for higher quality women. So when they see a guy like Dreamwork Dan or whoever, they think that, oh yeah, she must be a pro or semi-pro or what have you. But that's not necessarily the truth. The truth of the matter is, in full transparency, I would say maybe 5 to 7% of like Colombian women are pros, but most of them aren't pros. Most of them, come from good quality families, whether they're in the middle class or even lower middle class. But right, a lot of guys don't take the time to learn that. So I think, I agree with what Dan has said again. And also, the last thing I'll say here is that men do need to understand their value, truly do need to understand their value and the passport, right? But the thing is that you can have the passport, you can travel, but you have to build the value within yourself, whether that's mentally, spiritually, physically, financially. You have to do all of that. So you have to do the work. Right. And so, you can say you want this woman to be beautiful and fine, but you got to look yourself in the mirror and be confident with what you have and what you have to bring to the table as a man. And I'll leave it there, man. But thank you so much, Big Boss. Shout out to Dreamwork Dan. Shout out to the chat. I appreciate you all as Kings and Dreams. You see my name at the bottom on all platforms. Make sure you like and subscribe. Salute.
I love that name, Kings and Dreams.
Right.
That's on the name. And I just want to say one last thing as he's thank you for sharing that, and about building value in yourself. It's like, it doesn't matter unless you give value. When people are like, oh, I don't want people using me or anything, that's low thinking. Okay. The only way you're going to have value is if you can give value to other people. If people can't benefit from you, then you're not going to be able to build any significant type of relationship. And if you're scared of people, oh, you're a simp just because people get value from you. I'm getting value. Right. Why would I want other people to get value? And a lot of guys are stuck in that thing of being scared. But it's like, if you have value, the only way to know you have value is that people benefit from you.
Right.
Your presence, like anything. Money has no value if you don't spend it, or if it doesn't do anything for you. Right. But I have all this value, but you're not doing nothing for nobody. What is your value worth?
Right.
And the more you do for yourself, you need people to help you do these things. If you have money, you hire a maid, and you're doing it for somebody else. You're like, no, I'm gonna wash my own dishes. I'm gonna do my own thing. I don't want anybody to. I'm gonna just have my own money. But the minute you spend it, you're already providing value for other people.
Right.
And if you're like scared of spending it, I'm like, I wouldn't spend. My life is worth more. My life is worth more than I have money in the bank account. That's not success. What does that mean? Is like, I couldn't afford to buy the life I have, so I know I'm successful. Because if you offered me $1 million to not do this, like just trade it up, I wouldn't take the $1 million.
I'd even take $1 million. It's just money. Well, it's funny you say that. You put it in that kind of way, but guys, the regular passport bros, right, who work in the States, and they might make the $4,000 a month, $8,000 a month, $10,000 a month, six figures. They make money, have property, cars. They make money, but they may be a little lonely, or at least not finding exactly what they want in the States. So they have all this money, but what good is it?
Right.
That's why they use their passport and go overseas. You got money. You got the money in the States, but you get the honey overseas. Oh man.
Right. And then, but that's why I don't understand when you're being stingy with it. Like, what are you gonna be like? That's what you're spending the money for. That's what you got the money for, to create the life you want. But then you got all these psychological barriers. I don't want to be used. I don't like this doing this. Like you just know that this is how it is. And I would spend my bottom dollar to keep my lifestyle going, because I have the other lifestyle. I don't want the other lifestyle. Like so, right. So I'm investing in what I want. Versus guys are scared to do that, or think that and she has the benefit. She needs the benefit from you. Guys think, oh, I'm good if I don't give her anything and she gives me everything. No, I don't know. I mean, them guys maybe want.
All she get is hard dick and bubble gum. All she gonna get. She gonna get this day.
I don't give her anything. And she didn't benefit from it. How's she gonna remember you? She just loves my eyes. Like, come on, we're not in middle school anymore. That she just likes your looks.
Oh man!
When I guys
being around my presence, man, she get to be in my presence and soak up this ism, soak up this game, man. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. I like to be of like a value. Like today, I didn't. There's something they spent on their own money on. They're creating this business, and I was there helping them shovel dirt and shovel like sand, and they're doing the thing. I was so proud of them. I'm like, man, they're doing their own thing. But I was there to support and help out however I could. I'm giving value. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm not part of that.
Right.
Give value so when you die or when you're gone, people can remember you and say, man, if Dan was here, it won't go down like this. If Dan was here, he could have helped out like that. Like, you gotta give value so that when you're gone, that people remember you. But if you never give any value, just take. People ain't gonna remember you when you're gone. Right.
Man.
So anyway, that's all I got for today.
That's all you got?
I don't know if you have any questions.
Well, your business model that you have obviously is already up and going, because you just said you have some clients. You already help some guy. About how many guys have you helped so far?
So right now, and it's a new business,
right?
Really. So I haven't, and I really got a lot of interest from a lot of the Passport Bros groups of guys messaging me. So I have, I would say 5-7 guys. Not a lot.
Okay, so far that you helped, that's still big. And out of these 5 to 7 guys you helped so far, the process starts with them filling out a questionnaire form, all they likes and don't likes and things like this.
So this is the process, yeah. The process is I have a qualification form for both people. One on the lady side, and on the qualification form, I ask them, what are the 3 types of relationship you want? Are you looking for a wife? Are you looking for a girlfriend or girlfriends? Or are you looking for a team? So the woman, we ask them the same thing. Do you want to be part of a team? Do you want to just have this long distance relationship with this guy? Or do you want a guy that's looking for marriage? And they check everything. So once they check what the group they're in, I'm never going to introduce them to the guy who didn't say that.
Okay.
If the guy says I'm looking for a wife, I'm not going to introduce someone that goes like, well, can I do both? I'm like, which is your preferred? Right? Because that's how they're just trying to adapt to whatever the girl wants or whatever the guy wants. And I'd rather you just know what you want, and we'll introduce you to people who want the same thing so that we can avoid all these other issues. So once a guy says, this is what I want, whatever, then I can show him just a picture of all the girls who want the same thing. This is before the detailed stuff. And I'm going to give you like 10 pictures of people that want the same type of relationship. Pick 3 of them. Pick your top 3. They pick their top 3. I go to that top 3 and say, okay, we got this guy named Bossy Boss. He wants this type of relationship. This is blah, blah, blah. Are you down? I'm like, oh, yeah, that sounds cool. I'm down with that. All right, cool.
Of course you're going to be down with
the Bossy Boss. And as at that point, say, okay, go ahead, Bossy Boss. I'm going to send you the invoice. We're going to do the work for you. You already know who it's going to be. I don't give you her number yet or anything.
No.
You go ahead and pay for the service. The process starts where I have the introduction, but there's a vetting process. There's an education process, a training process that has to happen. That's how we're going to make sure. And that's when you fill out the form and say, this is exactly what you want and more details. And then we go back to the one that, now if there's a deal breaker, one's like, I don't want that. Like you say, look, I don't want anybody who smokes. And she said, look, I ain't going to quit smoking for nobody. Then we go back, we'd be like, hey, Bossy Boss, she ain't going to quit smoking. And if you're flexible on that, you'd be like, you know what? I'm okay with that. I prefer not, but I'm okay with that. Like, you sure? Yeah, okay. You can't complain later about it.
Right.
Because I asked the guy, like, what's your preferred method? Like, what's your perfect scenario? You say, what are you flexible on, and what's your deal breaker? If you already told me your deal breaker is smoking, you can't come back and be like, oh no, I'm flexible on it. That's you flexible. Tell them what you're flexible on. Like, okay, I want this, but if she doesn't have that, like what the guy said, the guy that got the team, he said, I'm flexible on the fact if she has another boyfriend. Since I don't accept that in my team relationship. Because he has a team, he's like, look, I got 3 wives, and if they want to talk to somebody on the side, I feel that that's cool. I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, I'm not jealous at all. I don't care. Okay, that's on you. For me, I don't like that. But for him, he's cool with that. Everybody is different. Everybody has different things. I like having meetings. I like them working for me. I like, organizing stuff. I like doing stuff together. Not everybody likes that. He likes his time. He's like, I'll give you time, but I don't need you to give me a bunch of time. Just cook for me, there for me, like there a little bit, but then you're free. I like the time. So, which is great. Everybody values different things. You know? And the last example I'm going to give, I don't know if anyone's still watching, but last example I'm going to give is that, 2 guys, me and you, Bossy, we're on a walk and we come up to this nice big mountain. And I'm like, but thanks a lot, Kings and Dreams. I love it. I come on this big mountain and I'm like, you're like, yo, let's climb the mountain. And I'm like, I don't value the mountain that much. You're like, you could take a picture and this and that. I don't value that. I said, I'm just going to chill here and have some lemonade. And when you come back down, you're like, oh, come on, man. You my boy. Come with me. I'm like, I don't want to do that. Now, if you force me to come with you, you're going to probably have a miserable trip up. because I'm gonna be complaining about everything. I'm not gonna be working
The whole
as hard.
time.
You're like, oh, if you pay me, I'll come with you. I'm like, nah, just let's do it. And I said, oh, I got an idea. I'm gonna get a helicopter. It's gonna take us to the top. But you're like, no, I want to get the experience of climbing it and go through that stuff. You're like, why do you want to do that? And the reason why you probably want to do that, because maybe in your family is what they did, and that would make them proud and be like, look what I did, or your friends, or there's something in your past that tells you that this is valuable. And something in my past be like, this is not important at all. Like, why am I climbing this thing? For what? Just to make people see us? And like, no, not just for other people, it's for me. And people just don't get it. They're just not going to get each other because what you value as important, I don't value, or I value a little bit, and you just value it more. And that just happens. That's why it's important, like, people to do the survey, know exactly what's important to that person. And the debate who's greater, Michael Jordan, LeBron, is never going to be over because people value different things. Championships over scoring titles, over rebound, over being all right. Like, everyone just values different things. And I used to make the guy that didn't want to climb the mountain with me, man, that guy's stupid. That guy's wrong. You know, but there's another type of mountain he'll climb that I won't want to climb. Like, nobody's serious at everything. There's something else that he wants, that he values more than and that's good as well. So I just got to give people grace and say, you know what? You don't have to value the same things I do. And if you value this, I'll find people that value it with you. You know, I don't want to have one wife. You know, I don't value that experience as much. You know, and other guys don't value the 3 wives experience, even though they never experienced it. They think it's a lot of work, and they think it's a shame. They think it's like bad. They don't want to brag to their friends about it. You know, they think it's like manipulating, whatever they think. I don't know. It's from their past, right? So I'm okay with guys not believing in it, not liking it. Some guys don't value dating a Colombian. They're like, that's stupid. You should just keep them as prostitutes and date an American. They're like, some guys don't value marrying out of your race. Right? They think that's wrong. And somebody else think there's nothing wrong with it. And so you just got to be like, live and let live. Someone's not hurting you. They value something different than me. That's fine. I just know what I value. I'm not going to let nobody tell me what's important. I'm not going to let you control my reality. I mean, my experience. I'm having a great experience. People are like, damn, you're going to go to hell. God is going to, you need to repent for what you're doing. And I have a bunch of Christian friends. Like I said, I grew up in the church. And I just put it in their face. I'm like, this is what I'm doing. You're going to go to hell. You're going to go this. I'm like, you can't tell me my reality. I've been married twice already. I know that reality. And if you don't, and I'll challenge them. I'm like, okay, show me your relationship. Let's compare your relationship to mine. And they go quiet. And I'll say, oh, okay. Those are just girls you're playing with. I'm like, are you married? Yeah, I'm married. Okay, let's compare. Like, why am I always sharing the great things I'm doing? Share what your wife cooked for you. I'm showing you how my wife is treating me, how my wives are treating me. I'm showing you my world because I'm proud of it. Okay. Show me your ugly wife. And they don't, you know, because they don't show their wife. Like, you're not showing off your wife. Don't tell me that yours is better than mine. You know what, Mr. Dan?
Every picture I see you in with your wives, you are smiling ear to ear. Right. Every single picture for years. And we've been doing this for years. You know, you should send me, a lot of pics and flicks. You are one of the happiest men that I know.
Right.
You smile and show all 32, 67. However many teeth we got, you got the biggest smile. Always happy, always laughing. Even in the little piece of the pic down there, you're smiling, sitting around all them ladies. The picture behind you, look at you with your finger up. You're always happy and smiling.
Right.
Why is that?
It wasn't always like that. When I was married, I was like, man, what am I doing with my life? I was stressed out. I'm happy. And I'm going to encourage some guys, man, drop the act. I know we had a lot of trauma in the hood or whatever. Drop the act. Like, be happy, man. Life is short, man. You're going to die soon. Like, just find a way, be happy. You don't have to be hard. Right. If you're being hard all the time, these girls are not going to feel comfortable with you. You gotta make women feel comfortable around you. Right? So you got to be in a space where people will feel comfortable. And so a lot of these guys are just not, they're just like, oh, I'm going to be hard. I'm going to be this. It's like, it's cool. Protect yourself. Don't be dumb. But sometimes just be goofy. Sometimes be funny. Be playful. We're going to die anyways. Everybody, right. Whether you're serious or not, you're going to die. Might as well laugh a little bit and have fun. But I'm always happy because I'm like, I can't believe I'm doing this. I look at my own pictures, I'm jealous of myself. I'm like, you did that.
Every picture
wow.
I see you in, man, you like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah, I'm like,
ear to ear. All 32. Like, thanks, King. I knew it was something like that. 32.
Right. I mean, 2021. I'm gonna make a video soon. I'm just happy now that my wives are cool with me sharing more. Because in the past, as you know,
I remember
like I don't want my face out there, this and that. And so we came to a thing that okay, I'm gonna promote more on like Facebook groups and stuff like that, and I don't care about Colombian men. You know, I'm gonna focus on one type of like men. I'm men in America. So they're like, okay, we don't care about that. So I'm happy I get to express my passion and my love and what I discovered and be just super happy about it. So, all right.
Oh man. Well, that's what's up, man. So one more time, man. Too bad. Could you type it like in the back chat, and then I can pin it, like whatever your contact is for people to get in contact with you.
Okay, so my WhatsApp is
Dream Work Dan, y'all. So however you want to call it.
In the back chat, but
okay, I see.
It is in the private chat.
You put. So that's your number.
And then
okay. Your WhatsApp number. You want your WhatsApp number out there like that?
Yeah, text me.
All right.
And then my Zelle is
hello.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that are like, oh, I don't want to share my stuff. And I never got that. I'm like, if you're a businessman, you're out for business.
Right. Well, yeah.
Why would you want people to contact you? I'm flattered anytime somebody contacts me. I'm like, oh, really? Thank you for contacting me. I'm very humble that way. I feel like it's a blessing that somebody's even listening to you. Like, you should be happy that somebody would even text you.
Right.
Because I could be dead and no one's texting me.
Right.
So that's it. I might do a retreat in November for guys who, part of this thing. So if a guy's thinking of like, that would be interesting, but I don't trust yet. I don't, I'm gonna do a retreat, like a 1 week long retreat thing. It's only like $3,000 with all inclusive, everything included, activities, and then you can meet and see, what we can do the whole thing face to face versus virtually. Right now it's virtually.
Yeah, that's what's up.
You see pictures of people, it's not the same. Like, every girl's gonna send her best pictures. In reality, she loses a few points without the makeup on, or so. But not all of them. Some girls will look really good. Like the one that you see, the one that's on my left, the one right here.
Uh-huh.
She looks better in real life, and I'm like, man,
in real life. Oh man.
Like,
yeah, the four you got in that picture behind you, all of them look nice in the face. All of them.
Oh yeah, and the one that's this one, she looks even better in reality. Like and without, like when you see her, they're like, dang, I was gonna be like, man, like I remember I used to be at the airport and I see guys with a pretty girl, and I'd be like, man, that girl looks like when the guy gives the girl a little kiss before she leaves and everything. I'm like, man, I wonder what that's like. Like, man, I can't. And now I'm like, man, I see, and it never gets old. I see them and they all look good. I'm like, man, it looks good, and that's just something that I didn't experience before, and so now I'm getting it. So thank you, Jesus. That's all I can say.
Oh man.
And polygamy is in the Bible. The God tells you how to do it. So don't let anybody tell you that this is the sin.
Yeah, especially the Old Testament. Yeah. I mean, Abraham had many wives.
Jacob, the whole religion was based
on many wives.
Yeah. The whole Judaism religion is based out of polygamous families.
Yeah.
So God was against it.
That's how they made them big tribes.
Right. And
big tribes and many wives and big tribes.
Aside from that, this verse in the Bible tells you that how to manage that. Your second wife comes in, your first wife shouldn't lose anything, shouldn't lose clothes or food. Like, so why would God be telling you how to manage it? He's not telling you don't do it. He's telling you just make sure everyone gets the same. Just be fair.
Right.
You know, so
we know in America that America illegalized polygamy here in the States. So,
but now Colombia recognized there was a case where it was actually these men who were in a relationship, and one of them died, and they were like, "Oh, we need to get like basically like inherit, like like they should be able to get some of his stuff because we've been in a relationship for 20 years," and they had to go to court and all this stuff, and finally Colombia did recognize that, and Colombia made a law that it's not punishable by law or anything like that. Like,
right.
It's not encouraged.
It's a non-crime.
It's a non-crime. Yeah, they recognize it that could be that way, even though the law doesn't say like that you have to do it or that
Right.
It's like in the middle. It's a non-crime.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, we're good to go. Come to Colombia, guys. Live the dream.
Oh man, go to Colombia, live the dream. So when you do your retreat, is it going to be in Colombia or DR?
No, Colombia. So I'm already doing one in October, and that's for my other community because I'm a coach. People looking for fulfillment. That's and I want to do one for guys who are looking to date Colombian women. They can come on this retreat, and I can give them some coaching, some tips, and then I can introduce them to people that are interested in that type of relationship that they're interested in, and they can go out and hang out, talk, and stuff like that, and see what's up. So. It's a great stuff, man. I feel like I'm doing God's work, man. I'm helping people find relations that are going to work. And I wish I had that. I wish that before, because I made some concessions. I made some like, oh, okay, it's gonna work out. I cheated myself a little bit because I forgot all my rules. But if I had somebody hand picking for me, then I wouldn't have skipped the rules. I'll have to look at if I'm attracted to her or not. I could be like, nah, I don't want her. But I would find the right one who wants to do it the way I want to do it. But I went through months and months of teaching and training and convincing and, not really. They convinced me, to be honest with you.
Oh, man. So you have the whole setup, the whole package. The only thing the guy needs is to have the will to do it, the will, the desire, and the money to do it and see it through.
Yeah, if he wants to be in a relationship and not just pay for play, he wants to be in a relationship. It could be a long distance relationship. It could be a relationship where it's just casual, but at least that person that is in some type of relationship with you. Okay, and they're gonna be exclusive. So we ask all the girls. Get off Tinder if they're on it.
Come on.
They can't be on OnlyFans. They can't be in none of those stuff. If you're in the program, you're exclusively for that one guy.
Wow.
Yeah, and we can't let you be on it because then it's like I wanted to do something special where that the guy can't find this on his own easily. Like he could, but he can spend months. I spent years to find this. I got drugged. I got robbed.
I know. I had you on the show for that.
Right. I went through a lot. So all of this is worth this. This knowledge, this experience is worth something. I went through a lot.
Yeah.
To get to that point. So now, if the guys want my help, I can vet people better. I can know, and I can ask them questions that I want to know if they're lying, or put them in situations. And let's actually have a part of the program actually. So if a guy, and let's say you want a girlfriend, but you don't live in Colombia, you just come in and out. And of course, she has another job. So when you come, then she's busy. Oh, I can't work. That's why one of my guys, he's got a bunch of girlfriends because they're always busy, right? Quote unquote. They're working, they're busy. He can't see them. So, I need another girlfriend. I don't want to wait around, and stuff like that. So it can be a little bit complicated because she might have a job. And if the guy's not helping her that much, right? Like you have a girlfriend.
You got to pay bills, right?
You say, look, how much is your rent, baby? And her rent is like $150 or $200, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay your rent for you, but she still gotta eat. She's still gotta. So there's a chance she might still get another guy, or get a job. Like she's still in this job. So
right.
That was a problem where the guy is not getting the time when he actually comes there because she can't be gone for a week from work or working not that flexible.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to just pay her straight up either. Because then it's like complicated, especially if he has more than one. So one thing I propose is kind of like college, like this work study program. Because I got a bunch of jobs I can give people. I just create jobs off my head, be like, come work for me. Right? So if the guy wants, he can give half and I can give half. Like, so he's paying, like, say he pays her a rent for $150. That's like his as the boyfriend, as the guy. That keeps her loyalty, so that, you know, whatever. And then he puts her in my job. Okay. So my job is probably like $400 a month that I would pay somebody. So if we split that, you give me $200, I'll give her the whole money. But she knows that you're sponsoring her for this job. So when you do come in town, she can't make no excuses about not spending time with you.
There you go.
Right? Because half of her job, and if you guys break up too, I mean, she losing half of her salary.
Man, Dan got the plan, boy. Dan got the whole plan. Hey, girl, you work for the gang.
So
unit. She worked for me. So when you fly into town, I'm gonna make sure she available because she works for me. And when you fly into town, I'm gonna let her have the days off to go be with you. Yeah, she's gonna come back and get back to work. Come on, man.
She's already gonna be set up, so that you don't have to worry about that. And at least,
y'all,
I'm gonna be able to monitor her too. That's why I'm gonna know if she's a good person. Is she showing up on work on time? Is she lying? Is she stealing stuff? Is she making an excuse? The other girls on the team are gonna ask. They're gonna go out, you know, see where she lives, with her family is. It's gonna give us more time. Like, if in my perfect world, the person will spend a month with me before I actually put them, like, before I say they're vetted. Because in that month is when you're gonna see who they really are, how they really are, and we're gonna put them in situations where, like, I put a girl in a situation she had to lie, and I was like, "You're lying." Okay, if you're not lying, let me go see. Oh no, they did the news story. I don't want people around my baby. I protect my baby. I'm like, your baby's gonna be protected. I'm just gonna, you know, I'm coming to help you out. You don't want to. Like, the guys at my house got to fix this thing in the house. I need the money. I'm like, okay, let me go. I'll pay him directly. Oh, there's a bunch of stories. Oh, my exes are like, guys coming. Wasn't this guy a mechanic? A guy? He coming to fix your house? He's a man. How does your boyfriend know, or the ex, quote unquote, know who I am? And he's in house arrest or something. You know, like, they're like, you know, so these stories just don't make sense. And then when you say them about the other girls, they know it doesn't make sense.
They pick them apart. Yep.
Then the girl just disappears and no longer part of the program. And that's what we want. So I can save you the time of dealing with that person that is just trying to, you know, people like, oh, you're training women to know how to play guys. No, I'm filtering out women that are playing guys.
Right.
You know, and a P for P person wouldn't even go for $400 a month, right? Because she's making way more, right? She's making way more at her job. She can do that in 2 days.
Right. Exactly.
You know? She's not. So people are like, oh, these are probably like, they're not prostitutes. They're prostitutes. These are girls who might be college grads, or they might be, you know, they're interested in having a different experience. You might be traveling with them. You might do something. So they are not. It's not what people think, and that's why I want to expose it and say this is what it's really like. And I've been super honest. You even things that probably sound bad. I hope I don't get in trouble with any laws. I try to not to get in trouble with any laws or anything like that. But for me, the person's an adult. You know, you're 25, 24. You're a grown person. You can know if you want to be in a relationship with an American guy or not. You know, it's forcing you into anything that you don't have to do, you know. And I need workers all the time, but sometimes I might not have enough money to hire everybody full time. So I give you part time. If the guy says, look, I want her to keep working, I'm going to pay the other half time. I'm like, great. You know, I'll help her out. He's like paying me to train her.
Right.
You know? Pay me to make sure that she's good. So if you in love the girl, you just can't be there right now, and you plan to one day maybe moving to Colombia or having her, whatever your plan is. You know, this is like, I don't see how this is gonna fail. I don't see how all the guys who have objections, all they'll say, oh, these girls are you guys are hoes. This is all they can say.
That's all they can say.
No, they're not. But even if they were, like, as long as they change, they get out the game, they want something different, it's up to the person to say, you know, choose.
Right.
You know, some guys might like hoes that are converted. They know they're street smart. Some guys might like that, you know? So, anyways, that's all I got, man.
That's all you got? All right. Dream Work Dan, y'all. Dream Work make the team work. Dan Nzinga. That's
Thank you for
what.
having me, sir.
It's all good. I know you just said your last spiel, but this is your real last spiel. Cook.
My real last spiel. Just hit me up. My phone number is there. I'm here to help guys find happiness and women also find their happiness. There's nothing wrong with what we're doing. Matchmaking is a respectable business that's been existing. I'm basically a matchmaker and do a match for somebody that I know. I'm just lucky enough to live in Colombia and to be able to know a lot of people in Colombia and to know a lot of people who are looking for that. And so if you're the right guy for this and you want something deeper, whatever type of relationship that you want something that's more real, something that's, deeper, just let me know, hit me up, message me on WhatsApp or don't email me. I'll probably see it. Send me a message on WhatsApp or text me directly, and then we'll go from there. All right, that's my final spiel. Thank you for having me. Big Bossy Boss.
Real talk. Oh, man. Dream Work Dan, y'all. Dream Work Dan. Hit him up. This is his WhatsApp number. Screenshot it right now if you ain't going to write it down. Hit him up if you interested. He has to hook up the man with the plan. Dan is the man with the plan for you to hook you up with a Colombian beauty for a wife, girlfriend, or whatever. Hit up Dan. Relationship.
Hit up Dan. If you want to be a king, you want to polygamy, you want a team, I can hook that up too.
Hey. Dan, y'all. All right, man. Peace. This guy. Oh, man. I found one of our old thumbnails. I had to remove a lot of different thumbnails to save space, but I remember this one. Hold on. Remember that one? You remember this? In the back. I'm going to drop you down. This old picture.
You still have those videos up, right?
Not really. The video. Oh, yeah. Our live streams? Yeah, the live streams are still up. I believe, yeah. On YouTube, yeah.
So yeah, I think I need to find where that is. I'm sure I'm subscribed.
Or do I have took down a lot of my lives, but then I put a lot of my lives on my other channel. I'll send you that link on WhatsApp if you want to find it.
Yeah, send me the link so I can go on your page and look at all the different ones. Right. And I want to go through them again. And now that I'm being a little bit more open about it,
right? I
want to go back and start making more videos. And I've been sharing footage of us in these groups. People are seeing me, with the girls and comfortable and stuff like that. And so I'm happy about that. And one of my other girl, Helen, she's like, you should want to work in that business. So one of them's doing that business. Another one's just doing my regular business. She's like, yeah, you spend all your time now just doing that business. You're forgetting about this other business. I'm like, all right, this one's so fun. Women, money, what could be better, right?
Women, money. Money and women. Oh, man.
Anyway, we're off the air, right?
No, we're not. We're not. We're not. But all right.
Is this recording?
Yes. Yes.
Stop it.
No.
I thought you said bye.
Well, I'm still. It's good, man. Relax. So I'm about to end this in a minute. All right, Dan. Man.
Well, I didn't say nothing bad anyway. So
you didn't. You didn't.
Yeah. I just thought it was over. I was like.
Not yet.
I'm gonna go, my man. It's late.
All right. Peace. Now I was showing the old thumbnail that had pictures of his other wives. But anyway, yeah, that's it. Thanks, Dream Work Dan, for coming on. Dream Work with the teamwork. You heard it here. Hit him up. Hit him up. You know, for you guys who are interested, that's his Zelle. That's his WhatsApp number. If you want him to put you together a team. Oh, man. Big Boss, real talk. And I'm out.